Welcome back to Tears of Time. Because this game makes me cry. I'm kidding. I like this game.
So much waiting.
I promise I like this game.
Yeah.
I promise I like this game.
It's just because there's a lot of waiting. That's really about it.
We're not ragging on the sequelitis too much. I don't want to alienate anybody who watches Game Grumps or the Game Grumps themselves. I would like to apologize for my former actions. I've made a severe and continuous lapse in my judgment. Let me break out the ukulele. Alright, go ahead.
But something to bring up that I saw on Twitter. Everyone's favorite reviewer, otherwise known as Darkside Phil, is playing through Pokemon Fire Red / Leaf Green. I don't know which one. And he is complaining at the fact that the game doesn't tell him that how things work. Despite the fact that he is apparently touted the fact that he played Pokemon Blue when it first came out in 1998. The image I have in front of me is Darkside Phil using Thundershock on a Sandshrew. It doesn't affect the foe's Sandshrew. Yeah. It simply says it doesn't affect the opposing Sandshrew. And he has the look of, what do you mean it doesn't?
What do you mean you're at soup?
What do you mean you're at soup?
What do you mean you're at soup? That sounds like some cartoon character. I don't remember who.
I know, right? I can't remember what it is, and if somebody in the comment section says it, please do. I don't know at all.
I don't know. There's a lot of dead patches of grass.
You know what it sounds like? You know what it sounds like?
What?
It sounds like a cartoony version of Tim Curry.
Sure. Let's go with that.
Will you have an Albert and a cab?
You do?
Will you want the poor guy out?
Waha! 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 The thing is, I feel bad about this. I didn't actually like the miniseries that much. I thought it was very kind of slow.
That's the biggest criticism of the miniseries. It's good, given the time frame that it came out in, and for its time, it's good. It didn't age well.
Yeah, not to imply that I think it's bad. I think I personally didn't enjoy it as much as I could have, and I am willing to be a bigger person and admit that means it probably just wasn't for me, because I don't have to like everything, and just because I don't like something doesn't mean anybody else shouldn't like it.
Yeah, exactly. I think that's the important thing, is recognizing that you don't like something, not because it's bad, but because you just don't enjoy it.
Yeah. That's the thing. That's the thing. You mentioned Twitter earlier. That's the thing that a lot of people don't get right on that site. It's just like, everything that they like or dislike has to be objective. You know? It's like, oh, I don't like this game, so it's objectively bad. And it's just like, no, that's not what that means.
Correct.
Like, it's weird. Anyway, we're doing some high-quality waffling today.
It's Twitter is basically gaslight, gatekeep, fuck you.
Yeah, no girl boss. They hate women.
Unfortunately, that is true.
Man, you could almost get lost in these woods. Oh, God. Hoot, hoot.
Oh, it's Hootie time.
Good to see you again. Listen to this. Leave me alone. Just follow your ears.
Shut up, Hoot Hoot.
Shut up. Leave me alone. I'm trying to play the game.
Owl.
So annoying.
Shut up, Hoot Hoot.
This one.
Oh, this track is so good.
Yeah, it is. Hey, I did it faster that time.
Hell yeah, gamer. That's certainly a sound effect that they chose for this game.
What?
That.
The wolf?
Yeah, it sounds odd.
Why? What's wrong with it?
I don't know how to put my finger on it. It just sounds odd.
It's a wolf host. What would you have it sound like? Ooh! Like something like. Ah! Is that better?
No, it's just like it just sounds odd, given that it's supposed to be a wolf. It sounds off.
It sounds like a wolf howling.
When you put it that way, yeah, it does kind of sound like it now. Yeah, maybe I'm just stupid.
Yeah, I was gonna say, what would you prefer? It sounds like fucking,
Dog.
Yeah. Would you want to go Earth?
Arf! Arf! Arf!
Would you prefer? Arf! I've taken damage. I've taken damage. I should heal.
Take damage. Chickbungus, I should heal.
Oh, Wolfos, you've taken damage. You should heal.
Fucking spirit on the Wolfos' shoulder.
Yeah. Is that what you would prefer?
No, I would rather punch myself in the nuts.
Yeah, that'd be a good sound for the Wolfos.
What, it would be like, oh!
Yeah, exactly. I slammed my penis in the car door.
If you asked me to try and recreate the sound I just made again, I wouldn't be able to do that.
I love that it didn't get picked up.
It did. Oh man, I made it sounded kind of horny. I wasn't intended to do that. It basically sounded like I got kicked in the nuts.
Nice. Have you ever been kicked in the nuts before?
Yes, I have.
Under what context?
Bullying.
Yeah, that'll do it. And that'll do it. Also, we're right outside my favorite dungeon in the game.
Yes.
Can't go in there yet, but
you can look at it.
Yes. Also, I know that might be controversial, the Forest Temple being my favorite dungeon in the game, but I like it, and I have a lot of good memories associated with it.
Yeah. Make sure you do a little bit of trivia, because I didn't know that, and I feel like viewers may not know that.
Oh, the fact that this song, Reversed, is the Song of Healing.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty cool, and it's very interesting to me, because when you listen to the Song of Unhealing, the reversed version of the Song of Healing that they use for, Ben Drowned, it does not sound like this at all.
Yeah.
It's very interesting to me. Alright, we're done here.
Kakariko Forest!
This is not Kakariko Forest.
I know.
Kakariko Forest has never been a location in any Zelda game.
I know, it's what I called it when I first heard it, because I'm like, that's what it's called right now, it's Lost Woods.
Yeah. Oh yeah, this is a fairy fountain. I don't have a bottle,
the fountain
so it doesn't matter.
Has a fairy in it.
Hmm?
It's a fountain that has a fairy in it.
Yeah, but actually, I want to point out something that I really love. When you pay attention, this is like a hedge maze that leads up to the mansion. Because if you pay attention, once we get to the Forest Temple, I'll probably point it out properly once we're there. The Forest Temple is a mansion.
So it is.
Yeah, with a hedge maze. It's honestly really cool. Part of why I like it so much. Yes, I know, Navi. You want me to go to Death Mountain? I'm on my way. Oh my god. Hoot hoot! Did you learn an Ocarina song? That melody has mysterious power. Let me skip it, please. Thank you. You want to hear what I said again? They have to have known, right? This is the only dialogue in the entire game that you can speed through, because that wasn't a feature until Majora's Mask came out. This is the only dialogue in the entire game that you can speed through. It's his dialogue. And not only that, but he asks you if you want to hear it again. They have to have known that this was really annoying. Right? There's no way they didn't know.
Oh, I would think so.
Honest to God, there's no way they didn't know. And I don't know if that bothers me more or not. You know?
Yeah.
Maybe I don't like this game. Maybe that's what the moral of the story is.
But you apparently don't like the game?
Yeah, apparently. I think it's just because, like, we've already had to record this, and it's doing it again.
Yeah.
It's just like, oh my god, you know, I just went through
I
this.
definitely think for you, it's definitely a lot worse.
Yeah, I'm doing it a lot faster, though. The original start to this session was, like, right after we leave the castle.
It was the Waluigi guy. It was the Waluigi guy, yeah.
Yeah, it was, like, right after we left the castle. So, if anything, I'm doing things significantly faster than last time. Because this is the third episode we've recorded this session, versus what would have been episode 4 was episode 2 of this.
Yeah.
Like, I literally have doubled my efficiency. So, for what it's worth, you know.
As well as you've cut out a lot of the nothing.
Yeah. Because again, I won't pretend that doesn't bother me, the fact that there are just sections of this game where it's just like, alright, go back to where you were, and do that thing, and, oh, you're locked outside now. Like, great. The thing is, a lot of these problems that I'm having so far go away by the time you actually get to the future, so it won't be that big of a deal for the rest of the series, but for now, oh boy, it's annoying. Anyway, welcome to Death Mountain. Turn around, Link. Also, I think it's interesting that the, like, almost panicked sounding part of the music doesn't start until it starts to become night. Like, very, very interesting use of dynamic music, you know?
Yeah.
It's pretty cool.
Also, I don't know if I think we brought it up in, I don't know if it was in the failed recording session or the current one, the whole Rivals being on Switch 2. I'm 100% making a video on that. Yeah. I'm 100% going to make a video on that just so I can probably shit on the fact that it's probably going to look like shit.
No, it won't.
That's the thing, it'll probably look equivalent to how it does normally, and I'll be very surprised. I'm like, hey, if it looks worse somehow, I'll be impressed.
Yeah. Oh. Or? Or? Oh. How do you feel about the Gorons?
I like the Gorons. I like their little bit of story in Breath of the Wild.
Yeah. What the heck? Who are you? I don't remember the voice I did.
Pretty close to what you did. It's pretty close.
When I heard the song of the royal family, I expected their messenger had arrived, but you're just a little kid! Has Darunia, the big boss of the Gorons, really lost so much status to be treated like this by his sworn brother, the king? Now I'm really angry! Get out of my face! Now! Oh, man. I think 2 rounds of doing this voice is not good for me. That's not the right song.
Hey, wanna try that again?
there we go. There we go. I got it. It's okay. I remember there was a time where I couldn't do this without looking up the song. Like, I couldn't play the Ocarina without looking it up.
Oh god, yeah. I never even thought of that.
Yeah, you're gonna have fun. Because the songs are more complicated in Majora's Mask. Some of them
Yeah,
are,
I think I can only remember, like, the first one that you learn.
The Song of Healing?
Yeah,
Or
because
the Song
it's
of
just...
Time?
I think it's Song of Time.
Yeah, you get both at, like, the same time.
Yeah.
What a nice tune. Just like that, my depression is all gone. Something just came over me. I suddenly wanted to dance like crazy. I do the voice, but I don't want to destroy my throat. I'm the big boss of the Gorons. Was something you wanted to ask me about? What? You want the spiritual stone of fire? The spiritual stone of fire is known as the Goron's ruby and raises hidden treasure. But hold on, I'm not going to give it to you that easily. If you want it so badly, why don't you go destroy the monsters inside the Dodongo's cavern and prove you're a real man? That way, everybody will be happy again. If you do it, I'll give you anything you want, even the spiritual stone. I have something for you now. Why did I add a now? I have something for you. I'm not really going to take it anyway. If you wear this, even a little fella like you can pick up a bomb flower using A. I don't know what A is, but they didn't tell me. But whatever. Ah. Now I got a swanky-ass bracelet. Hell yeah, dude.
Insert VTuber who no longer exists image here.
There is no Gura in Ba Sing Se.
Exactly.
I'm glad that you managed to connect Foxden to VTubers. Thanks. Appreciate it.
Right here!
Huh?
I'm literally right here.
No, you aren't. We're not in the same room. Except we are in the same room.
Alright, oh, so now we're ending the bit? Okay.
No, we're in the same room. I was lying.
How dare you lie to our viewers?
I know, right? I do love, by the way, the fact that they give you a fast path between Goron City and the Lost Woods, but don't allow you to use it until after you talk to, fucking Darunia.
That's annoying.
Yeah, because you need Saria's song to cheer him up so that you get the bracelet, and you need the bracelet to access that path. And that gateway takes you right next to where you get the, song. So... It's very counterintuitive, but I appreciate the connection.
I guess to be fair, it's kind of like Skyrim and Bethesda-based dungeons, where like you do the dungeon, it's really long-winded, and then at the end you have an elevator that brings you back to the beginning.
Yeah. I think it's interesting.
So it's like,
that it's
I guess it is
now.
very. Yeah.
Oh, I whiffed that. Never mind. That was close enough. I honestly, truly didn't think that was close enough. Oh. You know what the Gorons sound like?
Jesus. I imagine they kind of sound like the old school damage sound effect from fucking Minecraft.
Fair enough. I was gonna say, they sound like the, villager that gets hit by a car. Oh! Like, you hear it, right?
Yes, I hear it.
Dodongo's Cavern.
Alright, also, is it weird that I'm like kind of excitedly, but also excited but optimistic about, or...
That's the same thing.
Start that sentence over. Is it weird that I'm like optimistic but also kind of worried for the Minecraft 2 movie?
No.
Okay. Because, like, that's my main thing I'm worried about it, is, like, I'm not worried that it's gonna suck, I'm worried that it's gonna be better.
Yeah. The thing that I think is interesting about the Minecraft movie is that everybody's like, oh, it failed, it's so bad. And it's like, yeah, it is bad, but it didn't fail at what it was trying to do, because it's a comedy movie, and it was funny.
Yeah, the comedy.
Maybe not for the right reasons, but it was funny, so that means it succeeded as being a comedy, which is what it intended to be, so it didn't fail. It just wasn't good.
Yeah. I think the thing I'm more worried about is the, fucking, like, movie theater, like, the movie theater employees more than anything.
Oh, God, yeah. Well, now you know what happens if you land in the lava.
I would say, yeah, probably instant death. I would assume instant death, no?
No, you just took damage. You're not paying attention?
Oh. I'm paying attention. I'm just like, I'm assuming instant death would technically happen.
In real life, yeah.
I guess. You know, that's an interesting thing. I'm not gonna. I was gonna say I'm not gonna finish that, but that's an interesting thing that I've never actually thought about. I don't know if there's ever been a confirmed death to lava.
I mean, probably. Actually, no. There has been a confirmed death to lava. It was called most of Pompeii.
I mean in the sense of, like, in the fact that they were able to find remains and could be able to confirm that it was lava. And even then, the deaths in Pompeii were ash related, not lava.
You don't know that.
We do know that because we found their bodies. If it was lava, there wouldn't be anything left.
That was terrifying. Anyway,
Yeah, but say, you good? You good over there?
Yep. Yep. Oh man. Okay.
Yeah, but say, yeah, this is I will say, yeah, I see what you mean when you say this place does look like a mansion.
No, it doesn't.
Oh wait, no, you're not at that dungeon yet. You're not at that dungeon yet.
Yeah,
I'm stupid.
the Forest Temple is future.
Future. You're right.
This is Dodongo's Cavern.
Yes, you're right. Yep, I'm sorry. I thought we just did the Forest Temple, but I forgot.
No, that was the Great Deku Trees, the first dungeon. We visited the Forest Temple because that's where Saria's hanging out, but we can't go in yet because you need the hookshot for that. And we can't get the hookshot until later. It's lizard time.
Lizard. Wait, hold on. Yeah, there's the thing for this.
Lizard.
I get one.
Who made that rule?
You did, technically.
No, I didn't.
Pretty sure you did. You basically said you didn't want to do soundboards too much, and it's like, can I get one? Like, sure.
Alright, I'll pretend you did. I'll pretend. We can make believe that I said that if you want. Engaging gameplay. Anyway.
Yeah, I'm about to say.
Moving on. Game,
Swiftly.
Yeah. The adult timeline portion of this game is much better, in my opinion. Also, I'm ignoring certain bombable walls because we, honest to God, have no reason to go there. Because I know what's behind the wall in that little hallway that I was just in. It's just a merchant that we don't need right now.
That's something I notice about a lot of games. Not necessarily a lot of games, but a lot of games that have that option where you can, like, hey, go explore an extra thing to get a possible item. Every single time you're like, you don't need to do it, it's when you actually don't need to.
What did you just say?
So, I'm going to basically use this as an example because it happened to me recently. In, like, Starfield, there's sometimes, like, cuttable, like, doors you can access, like, they're emergency, like, cut here in case of emergency type thing. Every single time I've done it, every single time I've done it, I basically wasted my time because there was nothing behind it, and all it did was just make me feel more lost.
Fair enough.
And it's like, it's always whenever you have stuff like that, it's either pointless and not necessary, or doing it basically just gave you a shortcut that you technically didn't even need.
Yeah. And in the room behind me is the compass, which we don't need.
Because you know where you're going.
Yeah, I know where I'm going. I'm not trying to speedrun, and again, I feel bad that I'm basically just like, alright, just breeze past this. I just did this, like, an hour ago, probably, like, roundabout, and I'm just like, we don't need to do this again.
Yeah.
Like, especially since it's so fresh in my mind, I'm like, I know where I need to go. I really don't need the compass.
Yeah, exactly. I feel like you're good enough at the game that you could technically do it, like, you wouldn't ever need the compass to begin with.
No, it depends. Later dungeons, I do need the compass, trust me. Like, once we get to, like, the Shadow Temple, I'm gonna need all the help I can get.
Fair.
Shadow Temple.
And also, you can come back in here, right? If you need to. I'm assuming you can come back and get it if you need to.
No, the compass is only for this dungeon.
Oh, I see. So you just need basically whenever you
Every dungeon has a compass and a map, and they're all per that dungeon.
Yeah,
Same with, like, keys and stuff. Like, if you get a small key in a dungeon, that key can only be used in that dungeon.
Yep. I get that now. I understand.
Through here. Spike trap time. This is something that Aaron brought up in the Sequelitis, and I don't mean to rag on it, because, like, that's a very old video, and I did read his statement on it, and I think it was a very good statement, albeit maybe a little too late. But, again, sorry. I feel bad. I have my own opinions on this kind of thing. But it's very much the kind of thing where he talked about those, like, spike traps, and it's like, the first time you encounter them, the game literally tells you that it's there, and to make sure you look around corners. You know?
Yeah.
And, like, you compare it to older Zelda games that also had spike traps. Those spike traps would activate the second you walked in the door. You didn't even get a second, you know? They don't do that in this game. That was just an accident. That wasn't my fault. But, it's very much... What I'm trying to get at here is, it's a case where, you know, in some ways it's a valid complaint, because it's like, oh, it's hard to see around that corner, especially with these camera controls. But on the other hand, older Zelda games were worse in the sense that you barely even got a second to avoid it. You know?
Yeah. It's like, that's the thing with, like, traps, is in any game. I think Zelda, let's say Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order and Survivor do it a couple times. If you don't have a chance to react to a trap, and it's either a very high damage or an insta-kill, and they don't give you time to react, I think it is just flat bullshit.
Yeah, which also, that's a good point, because as we saw, the spike trap only does a quarter of a heart. And then we got, like, we got, like, Aaron basically complaining about it and being like, oh yeah, these traps suck. And it's just like, they don't even do that much damage.
Yeah, like, if it insta-killed you, I think then it would be like that, it would be a fair criticism.
Yeah.
But it doesn't. It tickles you.
There's so much goddamn waiting. This is very entertaining. Well, that part was. The thing is, I could absolutely make content out of, like, trying to be very aggressive here, but I'm just like, there's no point. Let's fight it the way the game basically wants me to.
Yeah, it is kind of unironically a part of the reason why in RE7 I've been playing it so careful, but it's also like one of the things where it's like I would hate to be in a situation where I basically take a risk and it fucks me over long term.
Oh yeah, with this I'm just like, I feel bad about it, but I'm basically just like, all right, breeze through this dungeon because I just did it and there's not much here. I want to get to other parts of the game that I can commentate more about. And again, I know that I can basically keep saying that even though there's, like, lost episodes. And maybe one day those will see the light of day. But it's just like, the thing is, right, I'm basically going to pull a sympathy card here. You got to think about my perspective or just our perspective in general. I feel bad that I'm kind of talking about myself here, but I just did this. I just did this.
Yeah, you just spent time doing this. You want to get out of here as basically ASAP.
Yeah, and again, we're like right near the final boss of this dungeon, so it's just
yeah.
like,
I was about to say. It looks like we're having a repeat of last time because my timer just ended. So
exactly. Like the timer ended like exactly here, and again, that proves that I'm doing it even faster than last time because there was time in this episode where we weren't in the dungeon yet. Last time, the episode basically started in the dungeon. So. Yep, with that switch on. Thanks, Navi. That does remind me, though, I wanted to mention this plaque.
I think we're actually on pace to where we were at the end of the first episode we recorded today.
Pretty much. Yeah. L is real, 2401. I talked about this in the Lost playthrough, and I kind of alluded to it when I was talking about gaming myths. Because I said another gaming myth, and I was referring to the fact that I talked about L is real before. But for people who don't know, which is probably going to be no one, people believed that placard, because that same asset was used in Mario 64, that you had to do something with the statue that it was on in order to unlock Luigi. And it was funny because it ended up being kind of true. Because obviously none of the methods worked. You can't play as Luigi in Mario 64 original, but Luigi is in the game files. So, it was kind of, prophetic in a way, that Luigi ended up actually being in the game.
Yep, they were in the game. Never playable, though.
Yep. Pretty interesting.
Like
and some people, after this game came out, basically started saying, oh, it meant that Zelda was real. Because L is real, Link is real, or Legend of Zelda is real. Because Ocarina, or as it was known at the time, Zelda 64, wasn't out when the L is real conversation was happening. So, again, it's interesting to, think about, to think back and think about those old, those old gaming myths and rumors,
Yeah.
Different time back then. Hell, I remember when people used to talk about Mew under the truck. Obviously, I wasn't alive for when those games came out, but I was a kid in the early 2000s, so I kind of heard rumblings of that.
Yeah. Hell, looking kind of on my side of the fence when it comes to games that I frequently play, there's been all sorts of little myths about oh yeah, there's a guaranteed way you can get the ray gun and zombies and stuff like that. You have to shoot both question marks in the box and then melee it and then crouch and then do all that. It's yeah, no, those were all just people trying to basically kind of fuck around and troll. But at the same time, it's little did we know that in a few years' time they would add a little mini effective upgrade to lower account characters that you would literally be able to get the ray gun for buying a weapon off the wall that was notoriously bad.
Fair enough.
Yeah, so it's a little fun thing like that.
And there is something nostalgic about that too. Old gaming rumors. I miss those days. The thing is nowadays everybody decomps the games and already knows what is in the files and everything before the game even comes out, and it's just alright, there's no mystery anymore, there's no rumors anymore.
Yeah, it's because it's because the whole thing, if the devs can't do their job and promote hype for the game, let's just leak it. It's no, fuck off.
Yeah.
Hell, it's gotten so bad that fucking Activision finally kind of puts cease and desists on a lot of the big notable leakers in the COD community, but it's of course they're doing it now when the next game's gonna be dog butt.
Yeah, the thing is with leaking, again, I can't remember if it was during this playthrough or if it was during the Lost playthrough, where I basically talked about Nintendo not releasing anything.
Oh yeah, it was this one.
Yeah,
because we did it in the first episode.
Yeah, the thing is with the hype cycle and shit, it sounds crazy, but I feel part of the reason why the hype cycle is dead is because leaking hasn't really happened for Nintendo games recently. They've been very tight on what's coming, because there haven't even been rumors of what the next Zelda game is going to be. and the only rumors that we have of, like, Mario, also Hello King Dodongo, has been AI-generated bullshit, you know? And it's, again, it kind of sucks, because leaking does suck, don't get me wrong, but it's also like, man, that was kind of a
But at least then it gives you an idea. Yeah.
Yeah. It gives you something to think about, you know? And something to be disappointed
I mean, hell,
with
there's
if, when it inevitably gets canceled.
Yeah. But the thing is, the other downside is we've seen this happen with other games like Fortnite, for example. Leaks can basically hinder that actual thing from happening because of the fact that collabs have been canceled due to leaks.
Oh, yeah. Also, something I want to say real quick before this fight ends, which is right now. The battle theme really does not fit this thing. It sounds too goofy.
I agree.
It's a good song, though. Don't get me wrong. It's a good song. I generally like all the music in this game. I just think, like, they could have used this song somewhere else. Anyway, yeah. Fucking kind of gruesome, isn't it?
A little bit.
A little bit. Especially since the corpse doesn't go away or anything. It just stays there. If you could go back to this room, which you probably can, if you try, but, the corpse just stays. It's like, oh.
Only slightly terrifying.
Yeah, a little bit. There he is. Alright, I'm gonna try to do the voice. I'm gonna try and do it. It's me, Darunia! Well done! Thanks to you, we can once again eat the delicious rocks from the Dodongo's Cavern until our stomachs burst. What a wild adventure! It'll make an incredible story! I can't believe that the Dodongos suddenly appeared in such great numbers! And that big rock blocking the cave. All this trouble must have been caused by that Gerudo thief, Ganondorf. He said, "Give me the spiritual stone, only then will I open the cave for you." You, on the other hand, risked your life for us. Kid, I like you. How's about you and I become sworn brothers? No, there's no big ceremony involved. Just take this as a token of our friendship. He's regenerating.
He's becoming the Ninth Doctor! Because
Holy
the
shit!
10th the 10th isn't good.
Actually, technically, yeah, we would be on the 8th Doctor when this game came out, because this game came out 2 years after the movie.
98. Yeah, 98.
Yeah, the movie came out in 96. There it is. Got the Goron's Ruby. Yippee.
I can't believe I kind of freeballed that joke. it actually kind of made sense in terms of, like, the canon. He would become the Ninth Doctor.
Brother, you keep brushing up on your skills as you travel, won't you? You should go see the Great Fairy on top of Death Mountain. She'll power you up. Hey, everybody! Let's see off our brother! You did great!
You did great!
How about a big Goron hug, brother?
Goron hug, brother. I figured there's two of them, so I'll try and read it at the same time as you.
Oh, fair enough. I was like, am I echoing? That is Dodongo's Cavern, and now we're not back where we were. We're slightly behind, but, we have our next goal. Somewhere up there. Basically
somewhere
like
in that general area.
Watch more. Or else.